Coming up on this episode of Free Lunch. I'm gonna have to cut Sade mic, y'all. I'm sorry. Cut her mic. Mute her mic.
I'm not stepping on nobody's toes, but
occasionally, sometimes, my hand's still on the plow. I stop looking down and I go to glance and look up. And I hope to see you, and I don't. And it hurts my feelings. I get sad every now and then.
yeah, I started off with 5 colors. And
I started with 5 colors and 35 cents, y'all. That's all I had. I walked into Home Depot, and the guy said I could get a wooden spoon to mix paint with 35 cents.
When I say the strangers are your biggest supporters, I mean every word.
He's about... Look, it can't be worse than what you was about to say. It can't be worse than New Haven, because they be like, there's pistol wave in New Haven. I'm like, no, wrong setting, man.
At the end of the day, I consider myself still a full-time entrepreneur. Like,
that's right.
And it's not a side hustle. It's not like, this is my business. This is what I'm doing.
The 9 to 5 is what I do on the side.
Say it.
You know?
Say it.
That's the side.
That's my side hustle.
It's Free Lunch Season 3 with a special thanks to our sponsors, Bullseye-LLC.com, Ready, Aim, Bullseye, where safety is our ammo, Gen1LLC.info, Generation 1 Logistics, taking pride in putting our carriers first and helping owner-operators get premium loads, stay organized, and increase profit, and ScarletOakCandleCo.com, the self-care experts. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Freestyle Gospel, a.k.a. The Real Free, with another episode of Free Lunch. I got a awesome guest here. I expected to have my awesome co-host, Ro Miller, here today also, guys, but he wasn't able to make it. And it's going to be his major loss when he finds out who I actually have in here. I have Sade Menifee. I tried it. Did I kill it?
Sade Menifee.
Menifee. Give it up for nice. Y'all. Give it up for her. Got the hand claps. Nice. Sade, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Very good pleasure to have you. So you guys know how I do when I'm scrolling through social media or just at the bus stop with my kids. I literally brought someone in here that I met at the bus stop with my daughter.
Really?
One time. I just kept seeing them, and they were the only other dad with their kid.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, I figured they must have like an afternoon job.
Right.
Because, you know,
yep.
We're here in the morning. And I was just like, hey, man, you doing anything today? You want to come to the studio?
What?
And he was like, yeah, cool. So that worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I love meeting people. I love, having stimulating conversation, and I really enjoy meeting new people. That's what it's about. So now I just take that same thing and I do that online. I'm like,
right.
Scrolling, and I'm like, who's interesting today?
Social media, powerful tool.
And I came across Sade. Born and raised around here?
Hartford, Connecticut.
Stand
up.
What do they call that? The heartbeat is what it's called?
Yeah, heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
That's the thing I was about to say, but
yeah.
never mind.
No, she's about... Look, it can't be worse than what you was about to say. It can't be worse than New Haven, because they be like, there's pistol wave in New Haven. I'm like, no, wrong setting, man. Don't tell nobody that. No.
We're not doing that.
Elm City. If you want to be fancy, we'll go by Elm City.
Right. Keep it clean.
Heartbeat. Heartbeat is fire.
Heartbeat, yeah.
Hartford got a lot going on.
Born and raised, yep.
All right. What's the dopest thing going on in Hartford?
Let's see. Dopest thing.
I don't get to go there much.
It's changed a lot, honestly. Like, it used to be like, downtown Hartford was like the scene for everyone to go, but that has like died down. So it's becoming a lot more like nice restaurants, chill lounge spots to go to. A good nice one down there is the Russell.
I've heard of that.
Yes. They've been down there for a while, but they just recently expanded to a bigger spot.
They have 2 spots.
They actually have 3 now. Yep, they have.
I heard, but you know what? I actually heard one of their spots not so safe. Like, I heard, like, if you go to that other location, you might have to like
bring something in your
duck.
back pocket.
Yeah. That's just rumor. Rumor has it.
Oh God.
But yeah. So that's like a really what kind of cuisine is that? I forgot.
Jamaican. Yep.
Okay.
Jamaican cuisine. It's really good. Really good.
Yes. What's your favorite Jamaican cuisine to have? Like your favorite Jamaican dish?
Stew chicken.
Rice and chicken. Peas. I'm so regular. I wish I could like.
Me too.
Broaden my horizons. No, but it's like once I find something like a dish that's really good, all I want to do is just keep getting that one thing.
Yeah.
And people be like, "Oh, but you need to try this, try this."
Nah,
Every time I
yeah.
go to any place where it's Jamaican food, all I want is oxtails, rice, and peas.
Oh yeah, that's this one. Yep,
That's it.
Oxtails, yeah. Or I'll get like jerk salmon. I love salmon. I'm a salmon person. So
Hold on, jerk salmon?
jerk salmon, yeah.
There's a jerk salmon.
So you put just the jerk on the salmon. That's it.
Wow. The only thing, see,
Yep.
jerk is good. It's just that it's too strong for me.
It
It's like really.
depends.
I'm sure because
yeah.
people are making it, from person to person. Somebody making a little extra heat.
Yeah, it might be auntie in there putting to make it a little hotter than usual. but
Exactly.
it depends.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. Because then what happens is now I'm like, before, and this was like very recent, like maybe 10 years ago, when I was just hitting my 30s, look, she laughing at
Age
me.
yourself.
Watch your mouth, Sade.
I ain't say a word. I ain't say a word.
I used to have like hot chips are like one of my favorite snacks. I would go through like the big family size bag in
my
one
goodness.
sitting, like I'm talking about like in a
Those ain't that. Those are
under an
not
hour.
that hot though.
But they were delicious, like
Yeah.
right, and they're
Yeah.
they're considered hot chips. Okay, whatever. Now,
Nothing spicy.
nah, bruh. I'm talking about like I gotta pop the Tums beforehand. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, this is
Change. man.
killing
Age
my
change.
vibe. I'm like, what is happening here?
Can't enjoy anything.
I'm trying to stay cool, and I'm trying to like be. It's like just the body will not allow me to forget. I'd like to forget,
Yeah.
how old I am. Age ain't nothing but a number,
Sure isn't.
But
You
my
know how
body,
it is.
my
Black
body
don't crack.
won't let me. My kids who keep, for some reason, every year they seem to have to turn another age, and they won't let me forget. I don't know why they kind of keep getting older,
Getting bigger and older
But-
on you.
and then now they force me to confront that. But yeah,
Oh, it'll be okay.
so Hartford girl, what's the most interesting thing about you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Look, just know that it won't be followed up with like that interview question that says, "Tell me what's your greatest fault." What's your
weaknesses?
What's your greatest weakness? Like that is the worst.
Coolest thing about me is that I am
Hold up, I'm gonna interrupt you. Pause.
okay.
First, I'm gonna tell you what I thought was the coolest thing about you that made me reach out to you. How about that?
Let's start there.
Let's start there.
Appreciate that.
That's fair. Let the audience know why did I bring Sade here on the show. So I'm scrolling through and I find I see a photo that wasn't even on your page. It was actually someone shared a post from your page, I believe.
Oh,
And I saw this beautiful room. And I thought that it was, and maybe it was like a dual thing. Maybe it was doing both. But I thought the pit to post was promoting a venue space for people to rent.
gotcha.
But after I like actually read closer to the description, I'm like, hold up, wait, this like person like decorated this space.
Right.
And I was like, wow, like that's amazing. Like I thought they just construction workers and people who make spaces, this is from, at the grand opening of this venue, this is what it looked like. But no, they're like, I know people, that the, home decor and like, design is an actual profession. People do
Right.
that. But so, and then I saw that, I'm like, this is local around here. It's this flourish,
Right.
flourish by Sade
Yes.
entity here. And then, so that's what got me down the rabbit hole, right? So now I'm like, okay, this is a person who is a local, interior designer. Okay. And then I think on your Facebook page, you have it linked to like a website,
Yes.
right? So snooping around, click the website. Let's see what's going on here.
Shameless plug. www.flourishbyshade.com.
You better plug that.
Just saying.
So then on the website, this was the kicker for me. Then did a little read up on the bio.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, and she's still somehow navigating like the professional, like, space, like corporate space.
world.
Yeah. And she's like this amazing designer. Like you see something like that, you go, that's somebody that does that full time.
No.
That's what you think when you see that.
Well, technically,
this is no, like, but no, I mean, like, that's all you
like
do.
all
Like,
you do,
see that, and at that level, you're like, this is all you do. This is, and I was taken back by that. I was like, that's dope.
I appreciate that.
That makes for dope person, dope conversation. Must reside in that person. I need to reach out.
To get that person.
Must get you here now. Yes. So that's how I got there. So now I'll let you go.
I appreciate that. I think most interesting thing about me is how ambitious I am. Hence why I consider myself the 9-to-5 entrepreneur. Like you researched and saw, I do work full time for a Fortune 300 company, as well as I began Flourish by Sade officially 2020. Okay. But I've been designing since, I want to say, even in college. I would do like friends' dorm rooms and things like that, just because, hobby, passion project type of thing. Yeah. But honestly, once beginning as a business owner and beginning an entrepreneurship, you need some startup costs. So
facts. Don't get it messed up.
Right. It ain't free.
You need some startup bread.
But so I've just felt like once I got to that place in life where I'm like, okay, financially stable. Okay, let's do this. And honestly, the pandemic inspired me to, start it officially.
Now, when you say financially stable, do you mean like once you got enough money set aside for like the startup costs?
Yes.
Or you, okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, first let me wait till at my corporate job I make this salary or this amount of money and then I feel like I can do that.
No, because even during when I wasn't making anything, during that period, I was still, doing interior design. Honestly, my passion truly, truly started when, unfortunately, we lost my dad when I was 16. So shortly after going to college still, I lived on campus. I went to Central, CCSU, stand up. I went to college, stayed on campus for a year or two. And then just when I came back, I had realized that, the house was the same. It was my mother and brother still stayed home. So I'm like, my mom just still walked the same halls that my dad did. And their bedroom was the same. Like everything was the same. And it took me back. So I was like, I can't imagine, what it's like daily for her. So I came home, I want to say my junior year, and I tore the house apart. Yep. Tore the house apart. New floors, new paint, and then at that point, as far as like decorating, I knew, a little something of what I was doing, but like demo construction, I just figured it out.
You just figured it out.
Literally just figured it out.
The DIY.
I was ripping up carpet like, oh, okay. And I was, painting walls and figuring out like, okay, I know you're not supposed to paint over a hole. Like you're supposed to you got to patch it up.
You're not supposed to paint over a hole.
You're not supposed to leave it there. You got to patch it up.
You better not paint over a hole.
Listen. It was a lot of, oh my gosh. And my friends at the time, Miara and Margaret, shout out to y'all. They had came over and would help me paint. And it was just like,
what were your friends saying like during this time? Like to you,
what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What did you start?
Because they have never seen you kind of like in this space.
Not in that. Yeah. Not that deep. Like it was so deep for me because of, the sentimental connection to it of just like, they bought that house to raise me and my brother. And, when he got sick, it just wasn't able to get done. You know what I mean? So it was like to be able to do that for her, for us, was huge to me. So it was like by any means necessary. Actually, I think, at the time I was working at Enterprise. And if anybody's worked at Enterprise.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. I ain't worked there. But I had to deal with those people that worked there, though. Trash.
Listen. Not happy sometimes. But so it was very, very long days. When I say long days, I mean in that office by 6 a.m., not getting home till almost 7, 8 o'clock at night. And like even that didn't stop, still in and out of Home Depot. It had to get done. So up until the end, and to see the look on her face to like, my mom, we come from humble beginnings. She's from Tuskegee, Alabama. So it's like to her, just like a decent a roof over our head, food on the table was enough. You know what I mean? But, what now leads me to my passion and my purpose now with what I do is like, as Black women, as Black moms, you know, sisters, aunts, whatever, like we deserve, and I'm not going to leave the brothers out.
Please don't.
We all, yeah, Black brothers as well. Like we deserve to have luxury overall. And when I say luxury, you know, obviously I'm talking about our homes, but, you know, overall, I definitely want to highlight that. But in our homes, we deserve the nice floors. We deserve the fresh paint.
Yes.
We deserve lighting that's like, where'd you get this from? Like, you know what I'm saying?
But what happens is a lot of times is we don't have we don't have what we think is traditionally the only way to get it, which is money to have someone else do it.
Right.
And that's when a lot of those things become expensive.
Right.
Is like, you know, I need somebody else to come in here and paint the wall. I need somebody else to come in here and change my floors, you know? And I think you know, if you could be empowered such as you did for yourself, you was like, you know what, let me just
do it myself.
Tear this floor up and see what's under it. You know?
Figure it out.
To this day, I don't know what's under the carpet. Somebody told me that it's more than just the carpet. It's not the carpet and then the floor, but it's apparently it's something in between the two. But
gotta figure it out.
I ain't got plans to change carpet no time soon. That's a fact.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Because once it's like literally opening a door, you have no idea what's on the other side.
Nah. I've been in the apartment that my wife and I are in now. I have ventured to change the floor tile. But of course it was just sticky back. You know what I mean? I ain't over here, you know, doing no real, grouting and whatever. Negative.
Nice tile.
So they came out really, really great.
Nice.
And then right before our newborn got home, we had these ugly metal cabinets from like 1975.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
originals.
All of the YouTube videos I looked up about trying to figure out how to paint this over, nothing was a quick fix. Mm-hmm. It was like, you got to make sure you sand this surface, and because it's a smooth surface and it's a metal surface, you got to make sure you got a metal paint. It got to be bonded to it. It got to stick to it. You can't
need to prime this.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I paint canvases before. You know, this ain't just get the color on, just slap it on there. The paint is dripping off of the metal cabinets because you ain't got it prepped right. Oh, Heavenly Father.
Yes.
But I figured it out.
That's right.
Got it together.
That's right.
Did that thing. And it looks beautiful. It makes you feel, when you can have, you know, your space that you live in and you spend the most time of your day in, look nice, you feel good.
You feel good. It's a whole
you can't deny
experience. Yes.
You can't deny
Yes.
You do. Feel amazing.
You do. And that space goes from, and you know, a lot of people ask me sometimes, like, you just do homes? No, I do. The picture you saw was a break room in a salon.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yep. So I do commercial spaces as well. Yep. Whole salon. So it was like literally, and I like things like that because it was. I still have more to post with that salon, but it was multiple spaces in that salon that I did. But that particular space in general, you know, my client wanted to be more budget conscious, just as far as like the traffic that would be in there and just what it would be used for. So to be able to, I honestly shocked myself, but to be able to still use what was already in there and make it look like it was a whole new, fire. Yeah, it was like,
so it presents, it makes it like a challenge for you. And then as long as what you do creatively regularly presents challenges, it keeps it interesting for you. It doesn't get boring. It's not like,
at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it
That's
happen.
dope. That's dope. Okay. Now, is it when you have like a client and you're getting ready to go somewhere and you're gonna like change up the space? Is it where, because I know you mentioned having your own home decor line.
Yes.
Right. We'll get into a little bit of that in a minute. Are you just providing? Well, no. You said in this case you used everything that they already had. But let's say it's somebody that doesn't want to do that. I do want like new things or whatever, a new look.
Oh yeah, and we going in.
Is your designing service? Does that include the new look? Is all things that you create that are part of your collection, or do you? Are there some other brands that are like your go-to brands?
Yeah.
That you're like, hey, I like this company. It doesn't have to be my brand or my collection. I like this or like that.
Yep, I do a mix.
Okay.
A complete mix. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So far the collection has like home decor accessories. So far, I do plan on expanding. That is the goal.
You expand into like floors.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the next
Floors by Sade.
I'm gonna be the next Black-owned home goods.
Oh,
I am.
That's fire.
So
Speak
it'll
that
be
thing.
it'll be literally like a. Have you ever heard of Restoration Hardware? RH.
Restoration hardware.
It's like this huge home decor. It's a like new modern like home decor store, but they have their own home decor, like couches, bedding, all that other stuff. But they also have a section where you can literally sit one-on-one with an interior designer, and like, you know, y'all get the works. You get things going. You pick out, you know, this and that. You basically start from scratch and you go through the project together. So that's what I want for it will not only be the Black-owned home goods, you know what I mean, with home decor, but it will also be a space where you can come. Hey, Sade, I have this kitchen, I have this office, I have this bedroom, and this, when I'm doing it, and we'll sit one-on-one, break it down. Yeah. That'll basically be the consultation, and then, you know, we'll move to the space to get more in depth and go from there. But that's what I want in my space.
That's the long term.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna jump out the camera. It's my show. I get to do that.
Okay.
No, because and the only thing that made me think about it, and I was like, God dang, I'm thirsty. But yeah, I forgot to get my guest.
Oh yeah, a little parched. Sorry.
I'm like over here dying. I'm like, what's? Oh, I forgot something. Where my drink at?
Like,
where's Sade drink at?
Thirsty point.
Okay. No, it is. All right. So, I mean, you have like these like kind of big plans going forward. Is there a plan? Well, how long have you been at the Fortune 300 place so far?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Mm-hmm. So what's the plan? I mean, I don't know. One of the ministers might be watching. They might be listening.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
We got to speak in code now. You know what I mean? Is there any plans to
I'm going to withhold.
Give him a handshake.
My position until
That's crazy. Listen, I get it. I've had to take the leap myself.
Mm-hmm.
Once upon a time, I worked for the federales, making 6 figures a year. It was great.
Right.
People ask me, do I miss it? And the only answer I ever have is always the same answer: is I miss the pay. That's about it.
Other than that,
I'm living my best life. I'm happy.
Freedom is different.
And that's why, I tell people, like, you gotta value more than like $1.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, think about it. This is why you hear like in the news about celebrities who got millions of dollars, why they commit suicide, and like
money is
that gotta like jump out to you. I gotta tell you
equal happiness.
That part. Because if it did, what are we doing? Why are we seeing this on the news?
Right.
They got all the money, all the fame, all of the fans, why? Because that alone, it's nothing.
It's not enough.
It's nothing. And so now it's like, okay, I'm slowly, bringing myself back, to that space,
right.
Financially. But until then, I'm like, I get up every day. I don't dread going to work.
Mm-hmm. Not
right?
dragging your feet going to work.
Yeah, like I'm breaking my neck. Like my wife is trying to stop me. Like my wife is calling me going, like, when are you coming home? You been in the street? Yo, I'm at work, and that's amazing. I love what I do.
Right.
I love what I do. It
doesn't feel like work.
Yes, and to the point of, for our listeners who are also entrepreneurs themselves, or 9-to-5 entrepreneurs like yourself, who also have a family and children, it's allowed me to, because what I do for work, I'm not miserable about, and it makes me happy.
Right.
I'm now able to be a happier dad. And happy dads are more approachable.
Yes.
They're
patient.
They're more patient. Like, oh my God. Like the newborn home, like, so we have a daughter, our newborn is a daughter. Nice. And she's my 4th daughter. So I'm a girl dad.
Oh,
I don't make any boys. And all my girls are daddy's girls, right? Mm-hmm. And while this newborn baby, 2 a.m, 4 a.m, screaming her head off. I mean, my baby girl, y'all, listen, she got the gargle cry, screech.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's like,
yeah, like, you need to come get me.
I'm like, what's happening right now? Who's stabbing my child in the other room here? Like, I'm looking at the baby monitor. I'm like, is someone in that room? Right. What's happening? But when I go to her and she's screaming at the top of her lungs, and I'm changing her, I'm feeding her, and just, it won't stop. in that moment, God like shows me myself. He allows me to like step outside of myself and look at myself. And it dawns on me how unbothered I am.
Wow.
And in that moment, I'm reminded of the very scary time of taking the leap of faith, leaving the six figures, the very present time to time, difficult financial times I'm in as I continue to grow back. And I'm reminded how that has been the blessing. This moment right here is worth more than any of the fact that I am unbothered by this screeching child, and all I could do is look upon her with just love, like my heart ready to bust out of my chest, and I'm just going, oh my God, that's my because I'm not stressed about the rest. And we got we have too many people that are at a job right now because of just the money.
Yeah. They have no choice.
They're miserable. The people they work with are miserable.
Yep.
The boss is miserable.
Energy just circulating in the office.
So hopefully, I mean, is the space, we haven't name dropped yet the Fortune 300, right?
Nope.
So you're at least, are you the space even that you work in the corporate side, is it at least a relaxing space, would you say? Not the job you do. The job you do might be very intense.
Yeah.
But the space that you have to do that job in, is it like relax of a space, or it's like?
Yeah, because I'm home.
Okay, that's great. That's something like my wife.
Literally from the pandemic, we never went back.
My wife neither. She's like, I'm loving this work from home thing. I could do this. Great. So you get to control the vibes,
and run my business.
Have the candles going, if you want. The smell good that you like.
Basically.
Not what the person next in the next office over, what they determine to keep.
Decide what they eating for lunch.
Nah.
No.
Can't
my
have
space.
that.
Yep.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And the way it worked out was like just wow. Because literally I can, sorry y'all, I do be multitasking, but I can like literally make my own schedule where, especially to my director, like she's just very, like as long as the work gets done.
That's it.
Do you think?
Productivity, people.
Yeah.
I just need you to get done what you're supposed to get done.
And like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that allows me to be like time management has become wow. I've never been better because I have my moments.
Yes.
Because I'm just like you just naturally like I don't
That's
feel like it.
We have our moments.
But time management has been great because I'm just like okay, I know this client needs this and that by this time.
Yep.
So it means with work this and this has to be done by 11 or noon or what have you. So then by 5 o'clock I can make sure I have this and that done. Like it's different, but
so listen. I off the air. I was telling you that I wanted to talk to you about. No, not that.
I'm sorry. No, I throw you off.
Look at what she did, y'all.
I'm sorry.
She did it on purpose.
I do that a lot.
She did it on purpose. She's trying to test my host skills. But aha! That's why I got host cards and reminders.
Notes.
My fine last week. I haven't been able to. I mean, I only thought about like sharing it on this episode because you're in the whole design and stuff, right? Yes. And like you can't get hyped about everything with everybody. Like you know what I'm saying? Like some people, you can be excited about something like your interior design.
Yeah.
If somebody who's not interested, you can't tell them about some new pillows you just found came across. They're gonna be like, oh really? That's really Sade?
Yeah,
That's
pillows.
That's
it.
it.
What are we talking about?
That's all. What else?
Right.
But so it's kind of similar thing. So I was driving around just doing some errands. And growing up poor in the inner city New Haven, my mom we frequented the thrift store, and all I have is memories of her finding like amazing stuff all the time. So I ain't too proud. Grown man that I am now to this day, occasionally I just pop in there and be like, what's going on? What's up around there?
Why not?
Yo, I found this dope blazer. Let me tell you, Sade.
Okay.
I'm talking about the blazer, the corduroy blazer. I got to put it aside for the winter, of course. I'm talking about the corduroy blazer with the wooden buttons on it.
Wow. Classic.
I knew you could appreciate the wooden buttons.
Classic. I'm detailed.
See that?
Pay attention to
that? That's what I'm talking about. Wooden buttons, amazing. You know how much one of them blazers cost at the regular stores? Because I done went online looking for them.
Yeah, men's clothes is expensive.
Nobody playing games with y'all. And Men's Warehouse keeps spamming me. Men's Warehouse, y'all better stop spamming me, man, with these text me. Have you like realized that now that like these like marketers got your cell phone number?
I'm like, how did you get this?
It used to be we just had to worry about the call.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna block this number. They keep going.
Mm-hmm.
How are people
like,
texting me
click
now?
This link.
Get
No.
75% off.
Yep. No.
How do you know? Where did you get my number? First off, like
They got it from the scam, and now the scam likelies are calling from regular numbers. Like literally, like, oh yeah, I'm just calling
Regular
from
number.
Waterbury, New Haven, Hartford.
how you got a
Listen.
203 number, bro? I know you're not from around here. What are you doing? They try to catch you slipping.
Here. Yep.
Trying to catch you slipping. And then my wife thought I was joking. I told her the other day that I've been getting for probably a year now the spam, like church folk phone number.
I can't.
I'm like, what's going on? From all type of like area codes all over the country. It's the same people though. It's the same. I'm talking
What
about.
church is this?
I don't even know what that's the one that's suspect. First off, they don't even announce what
The
church it
same
is.
person?
It's the same person's voice
can't.
though, and it's the same person determined that they're gonna give me a powerful word. I just gotta sow a seed or whatever the special number is that day. And I'm going, are you kidding me right now?
Oh my goodness.
Are you kidding me? She thought I was lying until I saved one of the voicemails for her one day. Let her hear, and I said, "You see this? This is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm talking about, brother." And then they know your name.
Oh yeah. They pronounce
But
it
I guess that's
correctly.
like public. You can find that from a number. You could
Yeah, Google.
look in the pages
It's
or
when they pronounce mine correctly. Oh, that scares me. Like, wait, what?
Brother Chris, call us now. Brother, I need you to sow a seed of 2222. That's the
pastor
number.
voice.
2222. Call the number now so you can get your
I could lure you in.
How?
thank you.
What are we doing?
No, thank you.
Nah. No, so yeah. So I was super hyped about my thrift store find. How do you
Nice.
feel about the thrift store find? Do you ever like go like, swing by thrift shops or
yeah.
or just historically,
Like-
not even like, nowadays, but just
Yeah,
has
growing
that
up
been
with
a
my
thing?
grandmother. Oh my goodness, like straight thrift store. Like she raves about the thrift store. She's found actually amazing things like Louis bags, like all types of stuff. Keurigs. Like she brought home a Keurig.
She found a
like,
Louis bag at a thrift store.
Is she? And you can't tell her it's not real.
Oh no, that's the thrift store.
Let
She
me
went
tell
to Fairfield County.
She took that drive.
She said she went to Westchester.
When she hit retirement, she had time. Now listen. Yep, you can't tell her it ain't real too. I'm like, okay,
No,
girl.
low key, that's the hack though. That's what you gotta do. Anybody listening, like listen.
Greenwich,
Yo, because I go to look, the Goodwill and that borderline New York, Connecticut. Stop playing.
Different.
You better act like you know.
Different.
This ain't around the way. Dixwell Avenue, Goodwill.
different.
Nah.
People dropping off quality.
People giving away a whole different type of stuff that I'm like, what is you doing? There's nothing wrong with this.
Yep.
Yes, I will. And then don't let it be a special yellow tag day.
Extra percent.
Listen, if you know, you know.
It's like a Tuesday at
If
11
you
a.m.
know, you
that's
know.
it.
Okay? So this is $6, but I get an extra 50% off of this, right? Yes.
Gotta tell 'em.
I want
Yep.
my extra 50% off of this $6 jacket, right?
Bring that down.
Yo!
Real.
Listen, entrepreneur life, you have to be money conscious. We got to be responsible. If anything, I can appreciate that in this phase of, like, this has been the first time, January of this year marks the first time I've ever jumped all the way in full time.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's been, it's had its challenges.
Right. Yep.
But for the last like 10 years that I've done this, it's always been a thing on the side.
Right.
And so I've always had like the comfort, like the safety net of like, I got my
Corporate check
regular check, you know what I'm saying?
I don't gotta do too much.
Man. So now it's forced me to be that much more responsible with every dollar that comes in.
And discipline.
And-
Yes. Yes.
You hear me?
Different. Mm-hmm.
But you're not there yet. Cause you still got the safety,
I still have the safety
You
net.
still on the tight rope at the circus, but you got the net at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I jump, it's gonna catch me.
You know you're gonna get caught. I'm over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, I'll fall into the death, y'all.
over.
All right. Listen.
Yes.
What
still
is that when you ponder about that moment in your future? Because you know it's gonna come, right? When you think about it, what is the most anxious driven thought that you have about it? Like what do you, because like you knowing where you are as an individual, right? With the things you still have to like discipline yourself and get better at,
Right.
whether it's time management,
Right.
whether it's being responsible with your finances, whether it's whatever it is, we know where we are individually. And so I think, look ahead to that moment, taking all that into account, and we tell ourselves, we make value judgments about the timing and go,
Exactly.
well, if I was to do that right now, I know I'm not ready.
Right.
Not because I'm not brave enough, like that part, or I don't believe in my gift.
Right.
It's just like, I know I need to get myself disciplined over here. Over there. Like, so for you, like when you look ahead to that, like what's the thing that you obsess about or think about the most? Like, I just know I got to get this ready first, or I know I got to.
For like, do you mean for like
For you as an
more
individual.
positive or?
Either way, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's on your mind when you think about it? Like,
So from a positive perspective, I'm like looking forward to the freedom.
okay, you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to the freedom.
Which is
but
anybody.
What's scary is the stability. And I feel like it's literally a mentality shift, honestly, because it's like you got to go from like you clock in every day for, this 9 to 5 job. Like you got to clock in every day for yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can't sleep in. Like
you cannot.
Entrepreneur I follow, I like Maxie J. Is like I see her post every day. Is like, come on, like what does she say? Something about quick feet don't eat, or like slow feet don't eat, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like get up and get it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Stop
it's
playing.
like make it. You can't. Like I roll out of bed now. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, okay, like I know. Like I know what I'm getting into. I know I got to do this. I know I got to do that. But to wake up every day and like to think of like, wow, like, my long-term goal, like, wow, I got to go get up and go to the store. I got to make sure like my clients for the day are lined up and that what they're expecting in their consultation is done. Like that's like, it's super exciting. Like honestly, it
Make
drives
sure
me.
those clients is lined up and stay lined up. That part.
Pipeline got to stay
Yes.
full.
But you know what? One of the biggest things that I think the value of the present moment where you at is that you're thinking about it.
Right.
Because you don't want that day to present itself to you, because it will be an opportunity.
Right.
It's not something that's negative, a bad thing in the future.
Right.
When that opportunity does present itself, you don't want to now be bombarded suddenly by all these thoughts.
Exactly.
To like
I wanna be
now,
ready.
let me now start thinking about all these things. You're thinking about them now.
Right. Like even
very
now
good.
I'm into, because like I said, with time management, time is not on my side with everything that I'm trying to do. So it's like I'm huge now on learning and implementing systems to where it takes less of me to manually have to do things and more of like, like part of my process is, a client wants to inquire, we do a discovery call. So the client can literally go on my website, book the discovery call for whatever time. Before it was like, I'm super hands-on, so I would get a DM or a text like, hey, found your number. I'm like, okay, let's talk. Does this time work for you? Does this time work for you? We're going back and forth for a little bit trying to get that figured out. Where now it's like, you go online, you pick your time, the times that I have available, and if it works for you, boom, we got it. I didn't,
Amazing.
you know what I'm saying? I didn't do anything. Another from there, like, like I said, systems. So like thank you emails, like you automatically click a certain thing, you automatically get a thank you email from me. I didn't do anything. Like the system is set up for that. So that's big for me now, especially like I said, from a time management perspective, and also making sure my client doesn't feel like neglected. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, granted, I do have the 9 to 5, but at the end of the day, I consider myself still a full-time entrepreneur. Like,
That's right.
And it's not a side hustle. It's not like, this is my business. This is what I'm doing.
The 9 to 5 is what I do on the side.
Say it. Say it.
That's the side.
That's my side hustle.
I'm just here plugging, you know what I mean, for a little bit.
Plugging numbers a little bit, you know what I'm saying, giving y'all this, but
Awesome.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yes.
I don't ever want, like, my clients are like, I bend over backwards for them. So it's never a point where I want them to feel neglected because like I had a conference call. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot to shoot you your inventory list of what you got coming in for your office and stuff like that. So that's big on me. That's like huge for me now. And getting those systems down pack, I know like, okay, I got this. It's steps.
Yes.
Honestly, it's steps. I'm bracing myself. I'm like, I was super hard on myself in the beginning, like, asking 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, like up. And especially with when starting my home decor line, my manufacturers, and distributors are in China. So we on 2 different time zones. So I have to be up, when I'm supposed to be sleeping when they're starting their day.
Yeah.
And then, mind you, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be up at 7, 8 o'clock to get ready for the 9 to 5. Yeah, it's no joke. But you got to want it bad enough.
Gotta want it bad enough. Like my man E.T. said, when you want it as bad as you want to breathe,
That's it.
then you'll be successful.
That's it.
That's fire.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
So if you had to, well, let me first say this. Do you consider yourself a woman of faith?
Yes.
Okay.
Big time.
Do you find that there is something in that vein to be developed before you get to that point where it's a full-on like jumped in, like
As far as faith
your faith?
No. Like I know if I
Like,
do
you think
it, God
you're
got
good
me.
there. You're totally like
God got
you
me.
solid with that.
Mm-hmm. God got me. Because there's been times now where even like, you know, I keep bringing him because he sees it all. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's literally times where I'm like not panicking because it's like you said, I got the 9 to 5 cushion, but it's like dang, like no one's in the pipeline, and like I will realize like, okay, I'm finishing up one client.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3 weeks left with the project. I'm like, I don't have anything else lined up yet. Like, what's going on? I
Facts.
promise you, each time for the past 3 years, it's been like 2 days before another inquiry. A week before another inquiry. I might go a day after finishing the project, another inquiry. When I say I say it all the time, and even
amazing.
on Instagram and social media, God don't play about me, and He's gonna.
My wife says the same
He
thing.
don't play about me.
You know
At
what?
all.
She's funny because she'll like, especially early on in our like dating and like early marriage, she would say this a lot, and then a bad day would happen, like it's bound to happen.
Yes.
And then she becomes this big old baby, and I would be like, hold on, wait,
What happened to-
ain't you supposed to be God's special one and all this? And you now sitting here, and then sure enough, like a day or two later, voila,
Completely
like
turned around.
the superhero God, you know, who always got her back, comes around, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
giving her the whole face, like, and here you go.
Like, here you go.
You're
Like,
spoiled.
cut it out.
God
Right.
been spoiling me. That's the problem. You need to be scared a little bit sometimes.
Shake you up a little bit. I just did that for you for a second.
Exactly.
No, that's real.
Nah,
That's
facts,
real.
facts. Wow. That's dope. That's dope. So the
Thank
faith
you.
is solidified. That's a big thing.
Absolutely.
I try to touch on like what I call like these, like, you know, the navigating the 3 F's, you know, it's the faith, family, and finance. You know, right? Of like
Amen.
of individuals like us who, you know, we're doing life trying to both adult. We're adulting, you know, we're being responsible at our jobs. And then we have a vision.
Get over here. Yeah.
And then we have a vision.
Yes.
And then this is the part where it varies from, you know, guest to guest. And then, you know, you have family.
Right.
And whether you have a family of your own personally, whether you have children or not, or if you're married, we still have extended family,
Right.
nonetheless.
Right.
So it's like,
Still a value.
where do those 3 things individually, how are you being blessed in those things, and how are you being challenged in those pockets, right? So like, you know, you talked about, you know, as far as, you know, finance, you still have the net, you still are, you know, at the job, you know, you
Right.
talked about, hey, faith, I'm solid there. Like, do you feel like in this space where you currently are, what are you discovering? I'll say, I won't even pose it as a positive or a negative, but what do you find that you're discovering in this season of your life when it pertains to just family?
Wow.
Whether that be inside, I don't know if you have kids and if you're married or anything, or whether it's inside your house or outside your house.
So I feel like I am discovering, how do I say this? I feel like I'm discovering, I guess just a tough way to say it is just like who's there and who's not. You know what I mean? It's like,
That's a fact.
yes, who's there and who's not. Where
You
it's,
better believe it, 'cause somebody not there,
listen.
and then there's somebody there,
He's killing the show.
but it ain't nobody there. But they still wanna be there when the Lord take me over here.
You ain't gonna be.
But you can't be there. Yo.
That's real. Like everyone can't go with you to the top.
Isn't that the most, like, sometimes the saddest thing for us?
It is.
Because we want everybody to go. We want everybody. It's like a big party, celebration.
Is. Like, I just saw I've literally lived by the mantra forever, but I just saw an interview that Kevin Hart did where it's like, I don't want to be the only one at the top.
Yes.
Like, I don't.
Who wants that? Like, so I could be up here and look down and mock everybody?
Right,
That's not fun.
Everybody, like, why?
Lonely.
Why? Right. And it's literally, and to your point earlier, why you say a lot of the rich people and stuff, all this committing suicide and family traumas and all this other stuff, that's why. It's because you got there, you know what I'm saying? And like who knows what transpired, but either people were jealous and, things happened where they didn't want to go with you, or they just had to fall off. And naturally, there's nothing wrong with people falling off, because especially for me, a full woman of faith, it's just like, God gonna take care of them either way. I don't have to do anything.
Yes.
I don't have to do anything. People have showed their colors multiple times in my life, and it's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm not coming out of character to.
But I feel like
showing you vengeance.
At least for me, like, it's because we love those people who've like been around, maybe from our childhood, or maybe from our young adulthood,
Mm-hmm.
and so we want, because we care about them so much. Or I'll just say for me, I won't speak for you,
right?
Because like you care about them, you want them to be present when you meet these markers and you get to these big milestones in your journey.
Absolutely.
You want them to be there because you enjoy them, you love them.
But you got to see how they react when you hit.
And that's the unfortunate part that we have to like swallow, is like the reality that they might not love you back as much as you love them.
And it hurts.
And it does, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Listen.
Hurts.
I'll be like, listen, man, when y'all know y'all be seeing my stuff, man, y'all be trying to like, look, give me a like, man. Give me a share.
Say it.
Y'all be hurting my feelings, man, sometimes, man,
Listen,
I know.
when I say the strangers are your biggest supporters, I mean every word.
That's so true.
I mean every word. I've done designs and had orders out across the U.S. and not even, I'll say whatever, not even friends and family in my own backyard have bought anything. Or have it, and it's not even about buying anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, like I said, God got me, so I'm not worried about the finance or whatever.
Good.
But a share, a like, a shout out, like, hey, my people do this, like,
No, I had a conversation with somebody today earlier at breakfast. I won't say their name, but we met up, a homeboy of mine, and he made a mistake of saying something out his mouth that so many people say that I end up seeing in person. And when he said it, I said, you know what, man? I'm so sick of people saying that. I said, and I keep it a buck with you. I'm transparent. I said, and I don't care. I'm going to tell you to your face. I go, why is it I'll go like a long time not seeing like certain people, and then when I see them at an event, they'll tell me all the time, yo, man, I seen what you've been doing online. Man, I saw that video. I saw that. Yo, you doing your thing. And I'd be like, I would have never known. Like,
never know you saw it.
You don't never
engage,
like it, comment, say, like, give me a shot. Let me know you see me out here working hard or trying to do. And he started laughing. He started cracking. I said, bro, because you don't realize that even though you see us from a distance or on social media doing great things, you don't realize in the secret place alone at night sometimes we're wrestling with, is this the right thing? Or am I doing a good job? Or and the people who call us friend, supposedly, or family, it would really help encourage us when we're in that low place.
Ooh, preach.
And when the enemy is like coming at our mind and making us second guess to be able to hear like, yo, I see you, man. I see you, fam. Like, instead of when I see you 6 months later at a, mutual friends event or something, and now you're like, yo, I saw those lads, that other thing you did. And I'm like,
where that one share, that one comment would have completely shifted. I could have rested better that night. Like, geez.
That part, so.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah.
I'm all about having that resilience, that internal personal resolve, so that stuff doesn't trip us up as entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also very big on being transparent.
Right.
And just being honest.
Absolutely.
Like, we're human people.
Right.
On a really great day and in a perfect world, I want to have such a resolute mind that all of the, lack of support here or there doesn't ever bother me.
Right.
I'm always operating out 1,000. I'm just, head down, hand to the plow. The reality is, though, I'm human.
No. Yeah.
The reality is, though, occasionally, sometimes my hand's still on the plow. I stop looking down and I go to glance and look up. And I hope to see you, and I don't. And it hurts my feelings. I get sad every now and then. And then I got to regroup.
Yes.
God got to, you know, take me under his arm, bring me back to the...
They say with your chest, like, you got to get
bring me back to the, you know, bring me back to the quiet space. Build me up. You know what I mean?
Have to.
But I think that's like, again, you know, that's the I've always said too, the big keys to deliverance in that way and us growing internally and having more greater resolve is first admitting that we need greater resolve.
I agree.
Right. Like I need help. And that's how God is going to know how to deal with me, how to work with me, build me up, see the areas where, you know, I need that. And then I'm going to be receptive to where God is showing me the spaces and areas or opportunities for me to grow in that area, because I've already identified that's a space for me to grow.
Right.
So now that I identified the space for me to grow, now when I see an opportunity for growth for me in that area, I take it, because I'm trying to grow in that area.
Absolutely.
That's good. Wow. I'm going to do that. So
that's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
I'm human, guys. I have feelings.
We are. We have feelings.
Feelings.
We look tough. Look tough on the outside, but
so I told Sade, I told her to you know, she was worried about my interview questions. I told her this is not an interview. We just gonna be chopping it up. Have you felt like this has been an interview the whole time? Like that, you know, no, right?
Very
It's
cozy,
cool.
comfortable.
Very cool. Very cool. So I told her though that she can, you know, she can write on her little cue card some questions for me. First, let me see if I got anything else on my card.
Oh yeah, you can finish yours.
Oh no, the last thing that's for the end of the show.
Okay.
Thing. So no, I'll let you go now.
What made you begin podcasting?
What made me begin podcasting? I began podcasting because I saw my wife do it from home on her cell phone.
Wow.
And because I like having conversations and I like being transparent and like just talking about different things, and I like having those conversations be more or less intimate, you know, I think they're more meaningful.
Right.
What my wife would do is she was, shout out to the wife, Isis, in her podcast, Gloss with Isis, even though she's on a hiatus, ladies, because, you know, she just, you know, new mom again.
Yes.
But I would watch her like early in the morning or late at night. She would steal away into our home office in the dark. And like, I would like get up to go to the bathroom or something. And I would like hear in the distance her like recording.
Oh, wow.
And I would be like, what's she doing? And,
podcast.
and you know, she was, you know, podcasting from her phone and, you know, just pouring out her heart and just things, you know, current things that she's dealing with or whatever. And I was like, I love doing that. You know, I do that every day already, just in person, like person to person.
Right.
And I'm like, might be something to this podcast thing. So then I picked it up. And my first podcast was at home from my phone too. But because I had been a music artist and like a performer, I was like very picky about sound quality. So I'm like, yeah, but when you're just doing it from your phone, like you can hear like the echo in our room. Like it's like
she did it late at night.
You know, all of that kind of stuff. So what I did was I created this kind of like quasi recording space in my bedroom closet. Now, mind you, I don't have like a walk-in closet. Like I can, in a literal sense, walk into it, but it's not a walk-in closet. And then not to mention, in that closet, I have like a bookshelf.
Wow.
With like my little, you know, clothes rack, like to hang, you know, shirts and stuff. So what I did was, but I knew because it's so small like that, I knew I could get great sound, like, you know, so for my first season of this very podcast, it was recorded in my closet and I had white photography backdrop paper. Wow. I took the white paper and I lined it with tape across my rack of clothes, across my bookshelf.
I know that's right.
So when you stepped into the closet,
it just looked like a white.
It just looked like white. But to the naked eye, like if you were there in person, you could tell it was paper.
Right.
But what I realized is with my cell phone, when I put my cell phone on a tripod, that exact tripod over there, the paper on video didn't look like paper. It just looked white.
Wow.
And so I was like,
go ahead.
That's it. So to this day, I have a photograph that I'm planning on getting blown up and hanging up in the wall here.
I was gonna say you have to.
But it's a
amazing
remember.
Looking back,
it's like it's amazing to see that picture.
Yes.
Of that exact tripod, one of these exact lights actually, standing over the tripod, pointing down at me
in your closet,
in my cell phone, and I'm like. In a closet. And if you look past the paper, above the paper, you can see the rest of my books. You can see the clothes, the stuff that the paper couldn't cover. And I was like, yo, that was the birth of Free Lunch Podcast.
Amazing.
Yep.
That story. That's nice.
The clothes rack, man.
Right.
That's hilarious.
You have to blow that up.
That is hilarious.
Blow that up. My next question. Last one too, because I didn't think of much. But what do you look for when scouting people to be on your show?
Well, I like hopefully to find someone that I think could speak intelligently to those three areas that I told you about, the three F's, right? Faith, family, finances, right?
Yes.
And so, and then specifically when it comes to finances as it pertains though to creativity or entrepreneurship,
right?
One or the other,
right?
So if it's an individual who is a person of faith, even different faith than mine. Like, I'm Christian. It doesn't have to be somebody of that faith. Just a person of faith, they believe in a higher power than themselves. And they, believe in family, or, if they have a family of their own, or if they don't, they at least believe in the value of family.
Absolutely.
And, like I said, or entrepreneurship or creativity. So I have all things from like painters coming here, music artists coming here, interior designers coming here. Anywhere in the creative space, actors coming here.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Creatives, yeah.
Any creatives or entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Personal trainers have come here. People who are, they have firearm business. I have like firearm trainers coming.
Wow.
Entrepreneurship or creative. Doesn't matter. Book authors.
Nice.
Actually, I need a book author. I haven't had one in a long time, so I need like a
book author.
Another one. If you know anybody.
Yeah.
You know somebody?
Yeah, actually. One of Austin's. Catherine. She's author.
But she's already here.
Well,
I've already had her on my show.
Oh, okay. So you want someone new? I got you. Let me marinate on that. I'll get back to you.
Yeah. What about somebody who's not out there? Are you? What's the competitive nature of like interior designing? Is it really like a congested space? Because like when it's like a music artist or like there's like those key things that it's like everybody is doing that.
Right. Not really. It's not in Connecticut that I've seen. But I feel like overall interior design is very broad when it comes to like styles. Because then you have modern, you have contemporary, you have traditional, you have minimalist, you have maximalist. Yeah. And there's special interior designers for each one. I'm more of like I like the modern, minimalist, contemporary style. But I've recently been challenged. Actually, that project that you saw, I was challenged there because the client that I had at the time, she wanted more colors and more patterns and more like textures, things that I necessarily wasn't used to. And I'm like, I like nudes and grays and like golds and silvers here and there, but
she said,
listen. Right. And I was like, I had to step back like,
yeah,
okay, you got this. Mm-hmm. You got this. And I appreciate her so much. Shout out to Paula. I appreciate her so much because she really like brought that out of me, especially like, she was just like, nah, like this is nice, but this is what I want. You got it. You could do better. And I'm like, okay.
How's that? That's got to be
it
like. It
was tough.
Because I know obviously like you doing the interior design is because you have obviously an eye for the things you love.
Right.
But then when you have a client who
was like,
they might not like what you like, but they need to rely upon your expertise in how to take what it is that they like
and put it together
and make it make sense together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tough. Like, I think I redid her project 4 times. 4 times.
What would you say that's the like most challenging project you had to date
So far,
since you've been doing this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just as far as like when it comes to whatever her style was and making sure like I was able to put that together. Yes. As far as like style is what I wanted to say, but not when it comes to like I've had tough ones with like construction and oh my God, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But yeah, and dealing with, because I was very hands-on in the beginning. I didn't have anybody. So I was the one like painting, figuring out flooring and stuff like that. And then I was able to grow and get contractors and painters, and I have a little team.
Got your team. Squad up. She squad up, y'all.
I had to. Because now I'm like, okay, like you got to make sure you can make money, but without having to be there.
Facts.
So delegate.
That's awesome. So what is it like what would you say is for you, and we're getting ready to wrap up the show. What would you say is your ideal client? Ooh. What's your perfect client? Like the thing that makes your job easiest and makes your job most fun. What kind of client is that?
My kind of client.
That makes your job easiest and the most fun.
The modern woman. And when I say modern woman, she could be entrepreneur. She could be a working class woman. She could be a mom. She can be single woman, married, what have you. But the modern woman where her space, whether it be her home, her office, her she room, I've done a nice she room actually, wherever that is, where she knows what she wants in that space, she's able to articulate like, hey, I these are my wants and needs, and like I know what I like, and we come together to a medium, and we can put it together and literally make it magic. Make it magic. I want and like I said, I don't ever want to leave out the fellas.
Yes, please don't.
I will do.
Please don't leave us out.
I've been inquired for what do y'all call those things? We got she rooms.
The man cave?
Yes.
You better act like you know what the man cave is. Don't even play.
I mean, like we call them things.
Don't act like you don't know what the man cave is.
Yes, but I just want my ideal client to be able to articulate. And honestly, sometimes I have clients. Actually, I'm gonna take a step back. I appreciate the client that is just like, I want this, and that, but do your thing. I trust you.
That's what I was looking for.
I trust you. Yeah, you heard me. I was like, let me take a step back.
That's gotta be the best.
I'm going too deep.
Ideal client.
Just do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's ready to just be like, look, I trust you. Just know that this is my favorite color, and then I'll let you do the rest. Right. All right.
I may want this. I want a family picture up here, but just figure out where to put it. But I just want that. So yeah, that's more so my ideal client who gives me the freedom. Gives me the freedom to use my creativity to make their space everything they want it to know and be. Okay.
So tell me about the home decor line that you have, or tell the audience rather.
Yes.
Is it launched already?
Yes.
Okay. So go in. Tell us about the home decor line, where they can find it.
Yes.
What it's all about. What's the vibe?
Flourish Home Collection is a piece of Flourish by Sade Interiors. I have created my own home decor line, which started off with only 5 colors in the beginning.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh, but she was like, she put the extra inflection on that. 5
because when
colors.
I look back, I'm like, wow, like I really just, I started off with 5 colors. And
I started with 5 colors and 35 cents, y'all. That's all I had. I walked into Home Depot, and the guy said I could get a wooden spoon to mix paint with 35 cents.
Oh, gosh. I know it sounded mad. Sound like my grandmother.
I walked 6 miles to Home Depot that day. I had no car. I started with nothing.
Oh my goodness, I'm cracking up. Yep. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So 5 colors.
5 colors. We now have 12 colors of different throw pillows, throw blankets, and I have just recently launched coasters this year, and I actually last week launched candles. Yes. So we are the point of my home decor line, was because with designing homes and with designing spaces, I found far too much the quality of home decor just wasn't up to my expectations, and I didn't want to just throw anything into my client's space just because that's all I could find and that was there. So, searching high and low as much as I could to find the best of the best, I got to a point where I was just like, I can make my own. from scratch. It was like, I know what I want. I know the type of quality I want. I know how much this has to weigh to make the density, and to make sure the pillow sits like this for a certain amount of time and to make sure it lasts.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Far too many times where I've been, I've done my rooms in my house like a million times, but it's just like, I've gone through probably so many throw pillows in a year. It's ridiculous. And that's just because they get flat. And I'm talking about like store bought.
Yes.
They get flat, they get dingy, they collect dust. I'm like, my allergies are horrible. So it's like, I don't have time to be sneezing all day. So I made sure I made a pillow that was hypoallergenic. You can interchange it. So like I have a pillow insert and then a pillow cover. So you can interchange the pillow colors. Yeah, it's like people all the time like, like the pillows are between $40 and $60. So they're priced higher than the average pillow, but you'll never have to buy another pillow again. You'll only, honestly, if you decide to change your decor, you'll buy another pillow cover to change the color. But you know what I'm saying? You always have a long lasting, durable pillow. So those are the pillows, go check them out. 12 colors, amazing. They all named. And we have matching throw blankets. So the deal with the throw blankets was I'm a huge homebody, couch potato. I like to be cozy. So, these throw blankets, I'm tired of laying and my feet dangling, and I like my feet tucked and warm, and And so I've never came across like a oversized throw blanket ever. So I made one.
Yeah.
I made a queen size throw blanket.
See, for my wife, it works because she's short. So she ain't got her feet hanging out.
Cuddle with you.
Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say.
And the kids.
Anytime I try to take the throw blanket, it's like my dogs is out. Yep. I'm like, what is this? This is not a vibe for me. No.
Nah. So now it's big enough to where y'all can cuddle. The kids can fit too. That's been shown. So I really enjoy putting the collection together. Just from everything, from what it does to the quality, and then to be able to and like I said, I only started with 5 colors, but I'm like, okay, this worked. Let me add more colors, because what did I start off with? It was a nude collection, because I like my nudes, I like my grays and stuff. So it was a nude collection. I'm like, all right, let's get some more vibrant colors. So then I bought royals. I added a royal collection. So now each of those pillows have a matching throw blanket. So it's basically a set.
Yeah.
Realized that worked. I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, okay, what's another thing with home decor where I feel like, stores lack of? Coasters. So I made real marble, granite, high quality coasters where I've done shops. People are just like the weight of this.
We might have to get some Sade sponsored coasters in the studio.
Yeah, you can't have your cold drink on your nice wood.
Hey.
And that was more so what it was too. You
guests
gotta protect
have their
your
coasters
furniture.
ready.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Put it on your stuff. Yeah, see, you got.
Tell the guests, hey man, you better put that bottle on the Sade coaster right there, man.
Coaster. Don't leave no ring on my table now.
What's going on here?
Yep. And then I like scents. So now I recently just launched a signature candle. That was more so of it wasn't really it was something where I'm just like, I'm going to try it.
Yes.
I'm going to try it.
Well, we already got our candle sponsor.
Yeah, we here. Oh, you do. Oh,
we got a candle sponsor already. I'm going to have to cut Sade mic, y'all. I'm sorry. Cut her mic. Mute her mic.
I'm not stepping on nobody's toes, but...
There's always next season, Sade.
Collection, signature
Season
candle.
4 is next year.
Just launched. Flourishbysade.com. Just kidding. Oh. But that's what's up. But yeah, so I'm very happy with how far I've brought it and where it's going, and it'll be all over in my stores.
What's the next item that's going to be part of the collection?
Ooh.
Just give me one.
Bedding.
I thought you had. Oh no, you're saying throw pillows and throw blankets.
So bedding.
That's not really bedding.
No, it's like,
well,
it could go on a bed, but
I was gonna say that when it comes to us fellas, we extra basic with that.
Put that on a bed.
That's a blanket and that's a pillow. What you talking about? No, it's a throw pillow.
Bro, it's for decor.
It's a pillow.
No. Yeah, I have a client too. They were just like, they have to hide their Flourish collection pillows because husbands and kids just lay on them like they regular pillows, and
my wife be like, "You got your oily do-rag messing up my good pillows."
No respect.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I ain't know my head was that greasy.
Listen, kids jumping on them.
Get your greasy head off my pillow. Hey.
Yes, so we'll have bedding. So Vanessa, you pulled that out. I wasn't even bringing that up yet, but it's okay. But yeah, well,
That's why they come to Free Lunch for the exclusive. Not what they find on your website, Sade. Come on now.
Yep, so bedding, as far as like sheets, comforters, shams, to complete your whole entire bed. So literally you'll be able to make your bed with our bedding, and then you'll top it off with your throw pillows and your throw blanket.
Fire. All right, before we wrap up, it's the Free Lunch Podcast, free food for your soul. And the way lunch edifies the body, we need you to leave the audience with something to edify the soul for our listeners today. What's going to be the mic drop from Sade? Anything that we even went over or something that's new? What you want to leave the people with?
It would be, in all that you do, no matter how tough it gets, no matter how discouraging it may be, no matter if a friend or family didn't like, share, comment, repost, keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. There's nobody is going to put in that work but you. Nobody's going to get up and accomplish your dreams but you. So honestly, nobody owes you anything. You got to go get it.
Amen.
So it gets tough. It gets tired. You'll be in fetal position, crying your eyes out. It's okay. Just keep going, because your dreams are there. They're tangible. You just got to put in the work. It does not come easy.
Yo, that's fire. I'm not even going to follow up with nothing, because that's just fire. This is officially the longest recorded episode on the Free Lunch Podcast.
No way.
Because Sade has been that amazing, y'all. Make sure y'all go check her out. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
You can find my personal page at Sade Renee _. That is SHADARENEE _. And you can find our wonderful home collection and work on at Flourish by Sade on Instagram and Facebook for both. You can also check out our website at www.flourishbysade.com. I am hoping to connect with you.
Awesome. Thank you for coming through again.
Thank you for having me. This was nice.
Yes, yes. Till next time, y'all, it's free lunch, free food for your soul. Peace.